Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever area of your chart you're looking at, and there's a link down below for a free birth chart if you're not aware of what your moon or rising sign is. Quick hint, always watch your rising sign as well. Excuse me. General reading rules apply, roles can be reversed, timing's not absolute, you've heard it all before. But on this reading, ask a question beforehand. Take a moment, think about all the questions that are around you, focus on one of them, but be aware of all of them because the cards will answer whatever they please and not what you or I think is the most important. And also there is a past and a present in this spread. So, if it doesn't fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and watch your moon sign, go and watch your rising sign. Probably in the reverse order to that. And come back next month for the other monthly. But also, while I'm doing these readings, we're in between two eclipses. We've just had the lunar eclipse. We're coming up to the solar eclipse. And, And there is a link down below for the playlist for the lunar eclipse readings, plus a show I did with astrologer David Fischer, was looking at the astrology of the new moon lunar eclipse, plus a collective reading that I did that is interesting to say the least. It's quite a it puts a lot of things from the general lunar eclipse readings in context, so do go and have a look at that. Because they're energies that will last with us for a while. The lunar eclipse could be 3 to 6 months, depending on who you talk to, and the solar eclipse 6 months. But when all said and done, eclipses bring change, and change can last for a long time. So I think they'll still be valid for a while. You'll get something out of them. There's also a link down there for the Facebook group for this channel, Facebook page even for this channel, where I post these videos, I post the astrology, weather forecast type videos that I watch. So it's a bit of a one-stop shop. And also it's got an inbox. So if you want to contact me for a direct reading, personal reading, then that's one of the main ways to do it. Contact details are below in the Linktree link. So, you know, Twitter and what have you. So I think that's the quickest I've done my housekeeping. Not even 2 minutes 30. Let's go to the cards. So, Pisces, you're in a wonderfully creative time at the moment. Liliel, the angel of night here, is the way I always refer to her is like the pregnant darkness. It's like the darkness before the words "let there be light." But I think that you already know what you're doing. We've got the captain of Leviathans here in your present situation. You've committed to something. You are trying to build something. Captain of Leviathans is basically the King of Pentacles. So it's someone who is all that, but it's also, more importantly, someone who is practical. And my candle's just died. I've got 2 more. So it's someone who is practical, someone who is building something. Interestingly, that this is off the back of a divine partnership. These 4 cards at the bottom represent like the astrological forces, for want of a better word, flavors, energetic trends. So you're passing out of the time of the Lady of Leviathans, really examining things, nurturing, bringing something into being, where now you are building, you are making, you are presenting, you are going ahead. And even though I think there's a slight element of trepidation with this, because you're presenting to the world, yeah, I'm this and I'm that, and I can do this and I can do that. And really, you are putting an end to some form of torment. You are launching yourself onto a new adventure, leaving away the detritus of an old one that's already finished. But it's like, yeah, am I really committed to this? Am I really sure about this? But your friends appear to be supporting you. And yes, you are actually having a rebirth through this process. You are very nearly there. You need to keep focus on it. The focus card here from what do you call it? Wisdom of the House of Night. We also have from the Dark Goddess Oracle, Ran. Now the message I got from this one, this is a card about abuse and lashing out after abuse and anger. And that's what there's an element of be careful about your anger. Now, I can't see why the anger would be picking up here, but we also have, from the mausolea, we have the prince and the matriarch. The prince is someone who rose up against the gods of the underworld and, he was defeated and he'd forgotten who he was now. He's a reminder of actions that can't be taken back, and that living as a victim can have its benefits and can have its self-sabotages. But when we've got matriarch here, I'm thinking it's going to emphasize more on the self-sabotages, because the matriarch is someone who did everything right apart from gave homage in her life to the gods, the Duats, the Egyptian afterlife. So they went, yeah, you're not having paradise. You ignored us all your lifetime. You were a pharaoh and you ignored us. No, you go over there. So basically she opened a home for wandering spirits and carried on doing good deeds and being herself, but in somewhere that wasn't quite paradise. So there is that. It's a reminder that there's some mistakes you can never go back from, ever. But it doesn't matter, because it doesn't stop you from being the best you that you can be. And that's what your efforts on being the best you can be are at the moment. Even if you feel to a certain extent, oh, it's a bit of a balancing act. Can I keep this up? Am I pretending to be something that I'm not? Well, the answer is yes and no. You're pretending to be something you're becoming. And it's through the act, you know, there's an element of fake it till you make it. It's through the act of fulfilling this role, however sort of, am I doing okay on this? By the looks of it, yeah, you are actually. You're doing better than you expected. Let's put it that way. But the harshest judge will always be you. So that's maybe where that anger is. Stop being, you're allowed to make mistakes. For one thing, you are allowed to err as human. But I don't think any of your mistakes are going to be that big, because, like I say, this is launching you on a whole new adventure. It's causing you to finally abandon those ideas that haven't been serving you, which I think you've been aware of. Yes. Because you've certainly been looking at the past recently and seeing what has value and what doesn't. You've been examining it really, really carefully, but in a way where you've been trying to nurture. No, that's weird. You've been trying to nurture the past and nurture yourself. And I think with the matriarch and the prince, who would naturally be opposed to one another in this mausolea cosmology, that you may have come to the point where you need to realize you can't put the value on both. Take that which has value from the past and remember that it is in the past, because it is time to be setting the balance straight. You're aware that you're balancing things at the moment, but I'm not sure you're aware on how well you're balancing things at the moment and how well you are trying to set things right, because things have moved fast, like, yeah, good Lord, all three speed cards here. And when I was saying things have moved fast for you in the past. So we've got the Eight of Engines, which is the Eight of Wands, so rapid action, but soaring above the clouds. Clarified by the Chariot, clarified by the Ace of Wands. So there's something where in the past you've been storming ahead with something and the world has been reacting really, really quite well, I think. It's been allowing you to move quite along. But it's almost like you were able to take action, but you became, oh, that's interesting, distant from it. It's almost like you got distracted by, okay, well, let me try this. Let me try that. So maybe what you're trying to build at the moment, you're returning to something. Because it looks like you was distracted by this Seven of Cups, all the different options that you had. And so maybe you lost your focus. And after then, someone threw you a lifeline. This is three of airships here, which represents the Chariot again. Things have not stopped moving for you, Pisces, by the looks of it. Because Three of Wands and the Chariot. Three of Wands is a motion card. It's also, remember, it's your ships coming in, but here it's the fire coming home. It's the warmth of the sun that is allowing that growth. That whoever threw you that lifeline, you ended up in a position where actually it was better than you expected. It was better than wish fulfillment. 10 of submersibles here. Things were going well. The Empress. However, you still was feeling a little bit defensive, as much as you was taking care and nurturing of those around you. This is a Pope nurturing rats, raccoons, by feeding them, holding an olive branch, but it's still the Four of Pentacles. It's still like, I need to protect everything. So underlying all of that, there's a sense of conflict. There's a sense of being blind to something when you could have been taking action. What has been happening for you is that your sense of inner authority has been nurtured, has been built up, which makes a lot more sense now of this Six of Cups, and you're examining the value of things in the past, because the world is coming to assist you here. We have the Queen of the Light from the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle. No, it's not. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle. That's the House of Night. The Queen of Light is showing that things are, if you're operating in your highest intention or your best, for your best dreams, things are going to come around for you, and the Horse King will get you there. If you have the determination to get you there, you will be carried there as well. So, like I say, your focus has to be kept, because you're wandering away from something that really has fallen to pieces, has been destroyed. Eight of submersibles, Eight of Cups, but a really dramatic Eight of Cups. That submarine is running away from a big explosion. Then the Burning Tower, yeah, that's the Tower card, but these are the bottom of the decks. These are things that have been and gone, things that have crumbled, things that you've already lost value in. And to be honest, I want to look at this divine pairing on the bottom of this deck, King and Queen of Cups. And what I say is, whatever has been destroyed, whatever has recently finished, you're okay with that. That's a good thing for you. So now you're looking what to build in its place, and you are getting recognized for what is building in your place, but you are aware that you are only a learner, but this role that you are playing at the moment is becoming more and more real, and you're getting more and more clarity about it, and it's giving you the tools to pretty much set things right, arrive in a better place. So we have the Time Machine, number 10. I think that's Wheel of Fortune. Wasn't there a Wheel of Fortune here? No, that was the previous reading. So I think that's the Wheel of Fortune, but I always interpret this as like an opportunity to set things right. And to guide things and to learn. I mean, imagine if you could travel through time. The things that you could learn and the unpleasant experiences you could have while you're doing it. But this is taking you to a better place, allowing you to set things right, allowing you to pretty much rejig your timeline at the moment. And that figures with the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse, the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction coming up. You are in the process of resetting your timeline, whether you like it or not. So you need to focus on what is the highest ideal for you. And then we've got the Sun card. So the Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy card, which is saying that the harvest that you have been building, even though it's I think you're going to be surprised at the... Do I want to say strength? Strength of harvest that you bring into being, that gets you recognized by peers, that gets you unleashing something into the world which is really very powerful. You know, it's like a clarion call that you're taking out to the world. It's a message that you are taking out to the world, a magical message that you are taking out to the world, which opens up, Fool card, whole new beginning for you. So again, things go fast. Fool card again, Two of Swords, but this time not implying blindness, but implying balance, implying skill. This is some martial artist dancing with her katanas. It doesn't matter where she is. And I don't mean I can't read the background. I mean, it doesn't matter where she is. She is displaying herself, whether she is surrounded by vines or in some strange other dimensional world like we saw in the last Doctor Who episode thing with the big tall wire things and what have you, or some chthonic nightmare world, or a beautiful desert, or wherever. It doesn't matter. That skill, that posture, for some reason it really reminds me of Shalegiel out of the Angelarium, who sings upon the barren wastes and finds joy in where they are. But there is joy in where they are, but there's mystery as well, which is what these vines or roots, let me see if I can, will that focus? There you go. So I assume it will be a weeping willow, wouldn't it? But it reminds me of, now what was that Babylon 5 film called Third Space, which had some really weird architecture in this strange, weird chthonic city. But like I say, Fool card again with the Knight of Swords. Things are going to be really fast for you. And I do want to point out that you are coming from a position, Lady of Leviathans, Captain of Leviathans. That's the divine pairing. That's the King and Queen of Pentacles, the nurturing and the building and the moving forward. But together, they really are giving you that sense of creation. And I've just seen something that wasn't the cat. Okay. Right, so it looks like we have some friends here. Now, this is giving me sense of Ananel, which the slogan of it is perception of unity. Now, if you're thinking about angels, if you have angels existing, then that unity is already there. It implies the heavens, it implies the divine, and so on and so forth. Perception of unity can mean becoming aware of those aspects. But what I'm seeing from this is more the point of you can see it all coming together. Opposing this, we have Andros here with folly. But it really is opposed, and I'm seeing that it's not folly opposing your perception of unity. It is perception of unity, that sense of it all coming together, that is opposing folly. I rather think that it would be an error on your part to abandon whatever it is that you have already started building, even if you feel a little, sorry, wrong card. And that one is the cat now. Even if you feel a little bit sort of, is this really me? Can I really do this? Carry on, because other people are aware of your wisdom here. And Ten of Swords, they can see that a certain chapter in your life is closing. And as I'm saying, I'm seeing that closing chapter as a good thing. Because you're starting this Fool card, you're starting this whole new era of life. But these things, they don't happen like that. Do you know what I mean? They take a bit of time. So the new life that you are building, you are already building it. It hasn't started yet. You're already building it, but it hasn't started yet. So that I'm seeing as a really, really positive sign. So Navigator of Vengeance, a Knight of Wands. So again, another surging ahead with the star card twice. So reach for the stars for one thing, but also don't worry if you feel remote from the role that you are playing, because you are doing fine. And to fulfill that role in the world, so there is a difference between you playing the role and the role in the world, okay? Because there's you doing this, end of story. Then there's you feeling like you're playing the role. And then there is what that role accomplishes in the world. So it's almost like you need that for the role to accomplish in the world what it needs to do. You need to feel that distance from the role. You need to almost feel, you know, to keep some of that feeling of, am I doing this right? Because the minute, because there is because it keeps you doing it right. It's almost like the only way that you keep doing this right is by feeling slightly fake when you're doing it. Not that you are now that's double-edged. I need to define that more. It's that you go and do something which is good, and that something, the role that you have played, then has the effects in the world that it needs to, so the role in the world. But you look at yourself and it's like, how on earth did I do that? How on earth did I say that? Why? Am I still really doing the right thing? Am I still really on the right path? Wait a minute, this was. Which, that's fine. Because it's almost like that feeling fake is what enables you to do it genuinely. Now, I am being disturbed by the cat, so I always say if she's going to disturb me, I'll bring her on camera. Come on, little one. Come on. Hello, baby. Hello. This is the Tishwas that you hear me talking to ever so often. Hello. Yes. What do you think? Eh? Say hello to the viewers. Or don't. Right. Go on. There you go. There you go, babes. Right, so anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the feeling fake is almost an essential ingredient. It's like a sense of, it's like a sense of humility. It doesn't matter if you keep asking yourself, am I measuring up? Because you are measuring up, but part of the ways that you are measuring up is by ensuring that you keep asking that question. It means that you don't get carried away. You don't just unleash all your power and unleash anger and all sorts. It's that, yeah, okay, there's probably some mistakes in the past, but by keep asking this question, you're not going to repeat those mistakes. That's really interesting because there is big change coming up. There is, like I say, there's a huge amount of discernment coming on how you choose to follow your star, how you choose to use the wisdom, the inputs, the wish fulfillment that comes in for you. But the pace, 8 of Suns, 8 of Wands again, the pace is not going to let up. I think almost at the moment you're in a calm bit. You've had all that speed in the past and all that speed is coming back, and part of you goes good. The work gnome, this card is called. But just, now I get it. From the Dark Mirror Oracle, we have the Parasite card. But the way I'm understanding that is, although you keep asking these questions, don't let those questions get out of control either and be draining your energy and constantly, don't let that become a parasite on you. Because it's almost like with the two moons either side here, I'm seeing that you can be your own parasite. You can drain yourself. So two of airships, again, indicating a superb sense of balance. But with this particular two of airships, there is a wonderful sense of, again, coming together, of meeting. These are two airships docking with one another in thin air. Well, hopefully not that thin. And the two captains greeting one another on draw planks. Now, the angel energy covering all of this, we have I sing praise and glory to the source of all life, the angel of glory. So this time is, you are supposed to enjoy all of this. And you are supposed to enjoy even going, am I really doing this? Am I really the right person to do this? Have people really just listened to what I said? Have I really just had effect? Am I the right person to have this authority or this power or this position or this, it's because your view of you is going to be a lot worse than their view of you, when we've got you being seen here as the high priestess, as a mage that control and put an end to all conflict, as the, astronomer of spheres is the king of pentacles again. You are being seen as all that. But as an astronomer of spheres, you are also being seen as someone who is seeing the links, seeing the connections, being able to see the world forward. I mean, your fear is, are you listening to your guidance correctly? And what will you lose? It is doing what you believe to be right going to cause conflict? No, it's going to cause debate, which is what you want, and it will cause agreement. When I say agreement, I'm meaning between people. I don't think it's you're agreeing with anybody. You are just going there, and there's like, all right, well, we can find a way to agree then, because this is the Five of Staves. So it's the Five of Wands. So it's like debate, arguments, but it's also, they have a massive scroll thing there that they are all debating around, and they're all going to put their pen to it and add something to that document. So I always feel with the Chinese tarot, Five of Staves, there's that sense of coming to an agreement after an exhaustive debate, after where all of the options have been discussed and have been looked at and have been decided upon. And you're like saying, well, what am I going to lose in the process of this? Not a great deal. Because the things that you want that you lose will come back round again. But as we saw from here, there's a lot of stuff that you could just do with losing. Goodbye, farewell. And I think you're being kept too busy. But change is coming. Spring Heeled Jack. Now, in the previous reading, Aquarius, was it Aquarius? It might have been Capricorn. I was thinking that this was the Devil card. It's not. It's the Death card. And it's saying that change is coming to your empire, your authority, the power of your word, and that your word is going to be more listened to, that is going to be able to speak with authority. And this is a burden that you are taking on, but you are quite capable of doing it. And you're actually going to find that, now I love this Ten of Staves, because the way his staves are all lined up, it's like he's got all his ducks in a row, to mix metaphors wildly. So that's, in a way, that's what I've got for you, Pisces. You're getting all your ducks in a row. I suppose what I would call this reading is, so what if you feel fake? Because that seems to be the big message coming through here, which is really nice. So if it means anything to you, Pisces, comment down below. Obviously, a like helps the video get seen. If you liked it, press the like button. A subscribe really helps the channel at the moment. I'm still aiming for my 1,000. I've hit 538, the same number of Electoral College votes, so I'm happy about that one. Being British, there's no reason that number should be important to me, but it is. Yeah, go and watch your lunar eclipse readings and go and watch your rising sign. All right, Pisces, have fun with this because, yeah, a little bit of nerves is a good thing. Too much will turn you into a nervous wreck, so enjoy yourself while you're doing it as well, all right? Cheers.